Now, one of the greatest lessons I ever got from Brian, and I've had many great lessons from him, but this is just one of those nuggets that completely changed everything. And this advice was always be moving towards tension. Always be moving into your uncomforts. Now, we talk a lot about dating on this channel, but the truth is that statement alone changes every area of your life. Yes, I came into Fearless because I wanted to get better with women. Quickly found out that it was about much more than women. And it was about changing your life. It was about becoming a better version of yourself. It was about having a life you wanted, having a life you're proud of. Making more money, meeting more women, traveling more, having more experiences in life, things that made you ultimately more well-rounded, but also just made for a great life. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into that in this video. So now, one of the greatest lessons I ever got from Brian, which I've had many of them, was that you should always be moving into tension. Now, this is no different than when you're in the dating sphere. You should always be constantly moving towards the direction where you have a little bit of tension, where there's a little bit of fear, a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of the unknown. You will find that the more you do this, you'll start to find out that's where the things that you want in life are, the things that you actually enjoy are, on the other side of fear. And there's a good chance that the reason that you're not actively doing that right now is because you have some level of fear associated with that particular tension. Think about women, for instance. Guys are very scared to go talk to women, but they're very easy to talk to because we have all this tension in our body that comes up when we think about talking to them. There's a potential for rejection, right? That's tension. There's a potential that maybe she'll like you. That's tension. There's a potential that is very neutral and you get friend zoned. That's tension. And there's a potential that it just goes nowhere and you get very lost in the middle of it, not knowing where to go. And that feels very weird. So there's a lot of tension in dealing with women, but the truth is they're actually very easy to talk to and very easy to relate to. So if you were constantly moving in this direction towards tension, you would know that. You wouldn't know that, oh, this is actually not as hard as I made it out to be. So think about it like this. Tension for a lot of people, or the fear, is basically a gate. And what that gate does is it keeps everything that you want on the other side of it. Because everything's on the other side of it, you don't know that if you just penetrated the fear and walked through it, that you can have everything that's on the other side of it. That's the thing, right? I've seen a lot of people do this when they sign up for Fearless workshops. They have so much tension in their body, so much tension on the phone when I'm talking to them. And you can tell they know that they need to do this. They know that they want to do this. They know that this will enhance their life. They have no doubt about that. But they have this crippling fear that is just not letting them pull the trigger and move forward. It's insane, right? That's pretty much insanity. You know this thing is going to help you. You have the money for it. You just will not go and do it because your body or your emotions are all stirred up. So it keeps a lot of people from having the lives that they want. When I first came to Fearless, I came to a Wednesday night meeting and I sat there and listened to him talk. And I knew for sure that I wanted to do this work. And when it came to put that money down towards it, yeah, sure, I felt that tension in my body. I was like, oh man, that's a lot of money. That's more money. That's more money than I've ever spent on myself. And it felt very tense. And I remember the minute I put that money down, I remember thinking to myself, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And I was like living off ramen noodles at the time. But I knew that this was very necessary for my growth to the next level. And it obviously turned out fruitful because I'm here right now teaching you guys what I teach, and I would not be here doing this had I not put that money down. But that goes with everything, not just this, but it goes with why you're not traveling, right? Why are you not traveling when you want to? Why are you not going to places that you always say that you're going to go? Why aren't you going to these places that you've had plans to go with your friends since you guys are like in high school? Why aren't you doing these things, right? I got a cool story. When I first did my Fearless workshop, it was such an awesome workshop, and it really instilled a lot of confidence in you to trust yourself as a man. And I left that workshop. I had plans since high school to go to Japan with my best friends. I had like 3 of them, and I always planned to go to Japan with them. We talked about it a lot. We were going to go for sure. One friend had kids. Another friend went to the military. it just didn't look like it was going to happen. So I did Fearless, and that workshop just gave me the balls to be like, fuck it, I'm going to Japan. Came out that workshop, maybe like a month later, I bought a plane ticket to Japan and went there for 5 days, had the greatest time of my life, drove some badass Japanese right-hand drive cars, and just had a great ass time, man. I think I slept maybe 3 hours that whole trip for 5 days. Yeah, like I was up and wired. I didn't want to miss a single thing. Came back to LA. It was like, wow, that was crazy. A year later, I flew to Brazil for the Carnival Festival. I would have never done this stuff had I not taken the workshops. I would have never done this stuff if I didn't bet on myself. I would have never done this stuff if I didn't take that fear and then proactively move to the other side of it, despite how fearful I was. So I wouldn't even know that all the most beautiful things in life are on the other side of fear and on the other side of tension. And this ties back to when it comes to meeting women. I got a cool ass story. We had a coach that used to work with us named Matt, and Matt was fucking awesome. Matt was really good with women, but there was also a period of time where he wasn't getting women, and I remember this. And I remember there was a transition with him. When he started doing some of the workshops, he started to change a lot, and I saw this. And I would notice that whenever we would go out, especially to the bars, before we left, we'd be walking through the parking lot, and he would slow down, and he would be like, I was like, what? He's like, that girl right there. I was like, okay. He's like, fuck, I think I want to talk to her. And he'd sit there for like maybe like 20 seconds, kind of contemplating. And then he'd always hit this moment of fuck. And that fucking moment was him being like, okay, I'm going in. And he'd just walk over there, start chatting her up. He'd do really great. Sometimes he wouldn't, but he would do it a lot. And what I noticed was just by him doing that so much, he just got really good with women, fast, way faster than me. And I started noticing it. And so I thought about it. I said, oh, all those little moments where he was doing that, he was just trusting himself, just trusting himself, just trusting himself. The more he did it, the better he got. The more he did, the better he got, the faster he grew. And those are those moments where it reminds me that if I'm ever stuck in a position of fear, just move forward. Just move forward. Don't think about it, move forward. And it's already gotten me such a great life. I live in a beautiful place. I mean, you can't beat that view, honestly. I travel, I date, I just had a beautiful girlfriend. Just so much is working for me because I always tend to take those steps on the other side of the fear. And if you guys are stuck and you guys are not getting what you want in life, man, you guys have really got to find a way to fix this. Even if it's not working with a coach like me, but working with somebody else. Take that step. Maybe you're on the fence about working with somebody. Take that step. You're going to look back in a year. You may even look back in 3 to 6 months, and your life is going to be completely different because you did that. Now, don't take it for granted. Go out there and step into the fear. You do literally only get one life as far as we know. Anyways, I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Peace.